We are going to speak to a couple of other people here. Let's go to Tony from Philly. Tony from Philly, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Do I sound fine? Do I sound okay?
You sound like you're completely underwater. What are you saying?
Oh.
How about that? Do I sound better now?
Now it's perfectly clear. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, hey David, how you doing? It's been
I'm
a
doing
long
well.
time since
Thank
we've
you.
spoken.
Thank you.
Last time I called in, we actually spoke about reparations, and I was a little upset because you titled the video "Caller Argues About Reparations," and it was more of a discussion and not an argument. But
Okay. All right. We'll investigate.
Small potatoes. Sometimes those. I enjoyed my discussion with you about it.
Good.
It wasn't. There wasn't any real issue that I had with you labeling it that way. Just a little joke.
All right. What's on your mind today?
I wanted to say how I think what we need to do is really amend the Constitution to get 50% control of the corporate boards of directors in order to really get control over this political environment. I think people need to be in direct control of the workplace, and that's the natural next step.
Okay,
for our democracy.
Let's explore what you mean. Okay, get control of 50%. Who to control 50% of boards of directors? The workers.
An employee board of directors, pretty much almost like a union, except they would have direct control, 50% direct control.
So half the seats, let's talk through it calmly so we can understand it. Half the seats of the corporation's board of directors would be held by employees that presumably are not executives, right? It's that they're workers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And once a company reaches what size would this start? Like, I'm guessing this wouldn't apply to like tiny little businesses.
Only publicly traded companies.
Or only publicly traded.
Or a company that controls way too much of the market share for a given industry.
What about like a huge nonprofit with 1,000 employees that's not publicly traded? Would it apply to them as well?
Honestly, I haven't thought it out that far.
Yeah, I mean, I like this idea. This is when we talk about democratization of the workplace outside of the context of me not being when I'm not a socialist. So just saying the workers just automatically own the company and that's it. There's no more private ownership. Like, I'm not a socialist, so I don't support that. But when we talk about democratization of the workplace, saying that after a certain level, it is required to have employee representation on a board, that's a great idea. That's exactly the type of thing that I find interesting. So when you say we need a constitutional amendment, I don't know if it's done constitutionally. Corporations are typically registered at individual states. Maybe it's a state by state thing. I don't know the legality of it, but I'm fascinated by the idea. I think we're thinking big ideas here.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I just wanted to bring it up to you and see if I could get a yay or nay out of you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for the call. Very much appreciate it. That's going to do it for today. We took some great calls. We will take calls again, and we will now go to a very short break and then be back with more of today's show.